right, good evening, folks. This is your boy, the G Flash, and I'm with my two guests tonight, GDK and Saki Master One.
Good evening.
Okay, so the time has finally come. We have got the CYL5 refines with some with two Mythic remixes and another long-awaited Grail refine. And of course, we got the stats of the Windra and then some skill rarities. Oh, and also, we have a pretty big spoiler, which I will give a warning before we get there, though. So let's get the show on the road. And let's start off with the refines. And first off, we have got the man, the meme, the legend, Gatekeeper. So, Gatekeeper, oh my gosh, my Dell stopped saying my voice quality is poor. Sorry, it's a pop-up that came up. Okay, anyway, Gatekeeper, whether you like him or not, he's a big meme, and he always will be. He won the first place.
Catchphrase. Hello, Professor. Nothing to report here.
Yup, exactly. Now, when he came out, he of course brought the big anti-warping meta, and he basically just completely shuts down Wings of Mercy and, you know, all that. Well, let's see what his Charging Horn does this time around. So, Charging Horn, defense +3, grants attack speed +5 to allies within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit during their combat. Following effects will occur during unit combat based on the number of allies within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit. If greater than or equal to 1, inflicts attack res -X on the foe, X equal number of allies in the area times 3, maximum 9. If greater than 2, inflicts guard on foe per attack, only highest value apply. And if greater than 3, foe cannot make a follow-up attack. And then if units within 2 spaces of a structure that a foe can destroy, the number of allies in that area is treated as 3. Okay, so I don't think anything changed right here. But let's check out the refine part. Grants defense and res +5 to allies within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on a unit during their combat, and heals 7 HP to those allies after their combat. Okay, that's really good right there. And then at start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, inflicts attack res -6 on the foe and reduce damage from foes attack by 20% of unit's defense. Hey, let's go. Flat damage reduction. And also restores 7 HP to unit after cut. Yeah, this is nuts. This is awesome. Okay, so Gatekeeper just got tankier now. 2 DR based on his defense, and the guy's defense is 40 with a super boom. So yeah, the guy could get very, very bulky. So this is fantastic. Gatekeeper is not only an awesome support unit who still has his anti-warping niche, but he can also be a very bulky wall to for people to try to take down. So yeah, he is a Gatekeeper. He's absolutely not letting anyone through, and the castle gates stay closed all the time.
Yeah, and I just want to clarify to the people that he did get one extra thing added besides the refine bit. It's the if more than 2 inflicts special cooldown charge -1.
Oh, so he didn't have the guard effect before?
No, he didn't.
Oh, I did not know that. Wow. It's been a long time since I've used the guy, so
same here. But if you've been keeping up with Z Shando, you guys should be aware of his AR shenanigans.
Yeah, but wow, this is pretty good, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's decent at best, so it's not too bad.
So basically, they just turn them into Duasker, just more support with them.
Yep. Okay, so I'm very happy with Gatekeeper. He's really awesome now. Oh my gosh, my Dell, stop saying this. Ugh. Okay. Forgive me, guys. I might have to keep clicking that pop-off because my Dell app on my desktop is for some reason keep detecting my microphone is low even though it's not. So forgive me if I have to keep clicking the X button on that pop-off. Okay.
Hey, where does it show up?
Yep, there it is again. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. It's gone. Okay. Next up, we've got Brave Eirika's Binding Wrecking Leaf. Now, Brave Eirika was already a really powerful Lance Cavalier when she first came out, and a lot of people picked her as their free summon because of how hard she could hit, and she of course came with Sir Sparrow. Yeah, she's just a very versatile Lance Cavalier. So let's see what she's got. So -1 special cooldown, effective against armor cap. So all stats +5, reduce damage from foes first hit by 40%, and half no follow up. Okay.
Okay, so she got an extra 10% because originally she got reduced damage from foes first attack by 30%.
Oh, okay. I don't remember. I mean, I haven't used these units in a while, so forgive me if I forgot some of what they do.
Well, that's the reason why I'm here. I'm just basically just trying to read out what the original effects were.
Well, appreciate it then.
I might try and do it as well because I've got 3 or 4.
Yeah. Okay. And then the refine part is, if unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats +5, inflicts attack speed defense -X on the foe, X equals 5 plus number of bonus effect active on foe, maximum 9. Neutralize foes' bonuses to attack speed and defense. Oh wow, so a super low. And then the other half of the no follow-up effect. Okay, so basically she gets the full no follow-up effect. She gets 40% for DR, all stats +10, and then the attack speed defense -X, which is could go up to 14, I guess. And then the super low of attack speed and defense. Okay, that's pretty good, I will say. I mean, it's not game breaking or anything, but she got what she needed to deal with some of the modern threats.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah, so it's pretty niche at best, so I ain't complaining.
Yeah, and combine the fact with her, slot B skill, which is, oh my gosh, what's the name of her slot B skill?
Moonlight Bangle, which has cancel 2 and some pretty good effect built into it. Yeah, I think Eirika's fine. It's got neutralize effect that inflicts special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat.
Oh, so it's got no guard. Okay.
Yeah, but it also deals damage equal to X% of foe's defense when special triggers.
Oh, okay, that's really good. Yeah, so I think combo with this refine, Eirika's fine, I've seen a lot of people say she's very underwhelming because she doesn't nullify DR skills and such, but I'm she hits really hard already, and I think for the most part she'll just kill the enemy. I mean, she's got cavalry and armor effectiveness, so I mean, I think with this, some of the tools she needed, I think she should be okay though.
Yeah, but it's also at the same time, I mean, if you basically use her with her Search Sparrow and stuff, plus also at the same time, don't forget about the Flaming Sparrow. It could really come in handy.
Yeah, the new version of the Sparrow skill that does the terrain tiles, the flaming terrain tiles. Yeah, that's gonna for sure come in handy.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we've got I want to say is probably the most controversial refine that I've seen from all the discussions, and that is Brave Marth. So let's see why people are up in arms about this guy and why some people say he's disappointing or got shafted or whatever. Okay, so Genesis... Huh?
I'm guessing it's Brave Marth.
Yeah, I'm talking about Brave Marth, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so Genesis Falchion. So here's the thing with Brave Marth. Brave Marth has this niche of just the more bonuses active on the allies or himself, then he gets more effects, though, basically. And it's I think a blue bonus, like, count, basically, of total count from the allies within 3 spaces of him. So that's how he was able to trigger all of his stuff. So let's see what he's got. So he's got all stats plus 5. Okay, so if units initially come within 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats plus 5 and grants effects based on the total value of bonus on 3 allies with the highest bonus total, excluding unit. If greater than 10, full null follow up, and a null guard. So that's greater than 10. If greater than 25, grants additional attack plus 5 to unit during combat, and also if unit deals damage and foe, heals 7 HP. If greater than 60, then Vantage. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but did he have null follow-up and null guard before?
He had the null follow-up, but he didn't have the null guard. As for the more than 25, he still had the plus 5, but they added an extra 2 HP to restore 7 HP on him.
Okay, all right. And then at start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants all stats plus X to unit. X equals 5 plus highest bonus on each stat between unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit. Okay, so it's basically like bonus doubler, but also counting the allies' bonuses within 2 spaces of him. And reduce damage from foes first up by 40%, and that's it. Okay, so I think what people were up in arms about was that it's within 2 spaces of unit, because nowadays we see so much within 3 spaces of unit because the range is longer. People, I guess, just expect within 3 spaces of unit instead of within 2. So people think that this is too restrictive for Marth, that he has to be near his allies. But if you know anything about Marth, he's always about his allies. He always wants to be near allies. So it makes sense why it's 2 spaces of, unit. And basically his playstyle, I don't think changed that much, except he got more stats and he, I guess, does null guard now, which is good, because previously with the guard skills running around, it was hard to trigger his shining emblem. But now, if you have time pulse on him, then he can immediately just have that charge up right away. And then he can do DR. Oh, another thing people were mad about is that he doesn't pierce DR. So that's another thing that people were bitching about, just like with Brave Eirika, is that both of them doesn't pierce DR. I'm like, guys, why do you expect every refine? I think they expect to choose your legends units to have damage reduction, piercing, like complete nullifying DR on their refines, just to make them busted in the meta again. But not everybody needs that. I mean, Brave Dimitri, who got a very insanely busted refine, he didn't pierce DR. He had true flat defense damage reduction, and that was enough to make people love him. So yeah, I don't know why people are saying Marth is trash or he's disappointing. Okay, I will say this: Marth isn't groundbreaking or anything like that, but he's usable. He's solid, I will say. With the right tools and stuff, you can still make him work. It's just you need to test him out. So
Yeah, basically depending on what
That's
team and basically what unit you use, he can literally be very good. Not to mention also at the same time, you can pair him up with freaking legendary Robin, and he could be an Omni take that could probably be diabolical.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I feel like people need to chill out. Like, dude, don't. I guess they just had too much higher expectations. I will say. I mean, I get why because.
When do they not?
Well, I mean, I feel like they always have high expectation when it comes to Choose Your Legends Refines because they just expect it to be the most busted thing ever. Until next year, the next Choose Your Legend bad get it even more busted than the previous year. It's this cycle that goes. So.
Yeah, well, people need to stop that.
Yeah. So I would say Marth is not a bad unit at all. I mean, he's usable, he's decent, and he's solid. He's definitely workable. So yeah, use him. Don't sleep on him.
Yeah, no. I mean, considering the fact with the recent upgrades of different skills, not to mention also at the same time, he could also be a good user of Gambit for one thing. But also at the same time, I mean, we're getting quite a bit of good skills. Plus, also, and this is gonna spoil it, the newest Prime skill.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, it just depends on the units that you use for him. But still, don't knock it until you try it.
Yeah, I've seen somebody on Reddit already testing Marth out, and I gotta say, he actually tanked a lot of hits, like, really well. So, yeah, you don't test him out, you're not gonna know. So don't judge a book by its cover, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Marth. Now let's move on to the last winner of Choose Your Legend, and that's Brave Marianne. Now, Brave Marianne's funny because when she first came out, everybody thought she was, despite the first winner, she was underwhelming and a generic tome unit. But then when people use her, they're like, oh, she could dance up your dancer unit. That's really awesome. And then Marianne became widely used. So let's see how Marianne ages now and see if this refine can make her better. So -1 special cooldown, speed +3. Okay, unit initiates combat or foes HP is 50%, inflict speed and rest -6, neutralize foes. Okay, this part I think is still the same. Oh, okay, this part's different. Reduce damage from foes first up by X% during combat. If unit initiates combat, X equal 80, otherwise X equal 30. Okay, I don't think the X equal 30 was there before, because previously I believe Marianne can only get damage reduction when she initiates combat. But now it's like both phases. When player phase, she's 80%, and then enemy phase is 30%.
Yeah, the entirety of the tome has literally shifted because as I'm looking at her tome right now, Acceleration Special Trigger is a new addition to it, along with.
Wait, hold on a minute. Are you telling me -1 special cooldown was not part of her tome before?
No, it was not.
Oh wow, I did not even know that. That is crazy.
Now listen to this part here. The original tome's effect was, at start of combat, if foe's HP is more than 50%, it inflicts speed and res -6 and neutralizes foe's bonus to speed and res during combat. And also, if unit initiates combat, reduces damage from foe's first attack by 70%.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so instead of being in combat, she basically has the whole thing where she basically can, in my personal opinion, it feels like that she says that she could be a mixed phase tome unit, kind of like Brandimon a little bit.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so that's the base part. Now for the effect part. At start of combat, if unit's HP is 25%, grants all stats plus 5, deals damage equal to 20% of her speed, including when dealing damage with a special trigger before combat, which means is her Requiem Dance. Reduce the percentage of both non-special reduce damage by X% skill by 50%. Damn, they gave her 50% DR piercing. Okay, that's really good. And then Mulgar. Oh, okay, this is really good. Marianne is fantastic. So now, not only does she got the damage reduction that she needed now on both phases instead of just player phase, she gets -1 special cooldown, and then she gets so that means now that she doesn't want a special cooldown, her Requiem Dance with Time Pulse in her base kit goes to 1 cooldown. So that means she can trigger that in like just 1 hit, which is really good. And then she gets +5 ball stat, 20% true damage over speed, which is good because she's fast. And then she pierces DR skills by half, which is fantastic because that's Marianne's weakness before because she couldn't pierce through those. So now she could. And then Nulgar, so she'll never have trouble triggering Requiem Dance now. This is fantastic. I love this.
Yep, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, and so now I know I'm gonna get people asking this. I've seen some people run Magical Null Follow-Up on her, and they're wondering because Magical Null Follow also pierces the damage reduction skill by half. They're wondering how does this stack? Well, it's stacked multiplicatively. So if you use Magical Null Follow-Up with her Weapon Refine, no, she doesn't get 100% damage reduction piercing like Special Spiral 4. No, she only gets 75%. It's stacked multiplicatively, not additionally. So basically, you're going to still pierce through a lot of damage reduction by 75%, which is still a lot if you run Magical Null Follow-Up, which I think that is her best V-Slot skill, I will say. And then if you have a Brave Sorin and you don't want to use her Requiem Dance, then you could put Flare, Time Pulse 4, and Remote Sparrow with Magical Null Follow-Up. Basically just Brave Sorin's entire kit onto Brave Marianne, and she will be excellent.
Yeah, I feel like, it could work, but I still feel like that she could still benefit from her special.
Yeah. So, yeah, Brave Marianne got a amazing refine, and she's definitely way better of a mage than she ever will be now. So, very happy for her. And I see a lot of people are happy for her as well. Many people say she's like the winner. It's either her or Gatekeeper, so that's pretty cool.
I feel like that it's probably Marianne, honestly, between those two.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we've got, oh boy, here we go. The goddess of the Deathland, HEL. All right, GDK, take it away.
Oh, dear Lord. After 3 years, she finally gets a refine. I can't believe it. So, before we start this, I would like to at least read off what her original effect does. Basically, it pretty much had the special cooldown trigger. It had the load skill built in, and she basically had a miracle effect in her weapon, just as long as the users weren't magic and staff enemies. So, as you can see, she still comes with the special cooldown, which is still good. Loads effect in her weapon, which makes her even better. But she's also still got the whole magic staff weakness, which is decent at best. And it also calculates damage using foes' res. And she's still got her whole miracle effect. Now, this is where things get a little bit more interesting. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is more than 50% at the start of combat, grants +4 to all stats to unit during combat, and restores 7 HP to unit after combat. Now, one thing that I will say is that it's, honestly, I feel like that it's kind of hinting at a lore, considering the fact of it's kind of a spin-off from Mystic Boost, getting a 7 HP added back to her health, which honestly, I mean, she basically did kill air quite a lot. So I find it kind of useful that she's getting a Mystic Boost put into her Refine, which will help out with making sure that our B slot is pretty much, you can use whatever else, and the Sacred slot for anything. Now then, for the Refine green part, at the start of combat, if unit's HP is more than 25% or penalty is active on foe, grants an additional +4 to all stats, so she's getting +8 to all stats to unit. Deals damage equal to 20% of unit speed, which I love, because she's HEL on wheels. And then, as for an added bonus, reduces damage from foes' first attack by 40% during combat. Doesn't matter if it's enemy phase, doesn't matter if it's player phase. So if I had to rate this here, I give it a hell yeah out of a 10.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I will say I like her Refine. It definitely gives her the stuff she needs. So with this Refine, she gets +8 to all stats. She has 7 HP healing after combat. She deals damage based on 20% of her speed. She still has her whole miracle thing going on. And then she gets 40% DR, which is much needed. Absolutely.
Yep. And not to mention, also at the same time, which I kind of speculated a little bit, because I was kind of wondering why they gave her distant pressure, but knowing that they gave her the Mystic Boost effect they didn't give like all of it, but gave half of it to her. At least she manages to get her 5. Doesn't get the whole 5 damage, so she basically still keeps her HP.
Yup, exactly. And let's not forget her absolute wild of a C slot, inevitable death plus that can warp to enemies now. Oh
yeah, basically to the nearest space adjacent to the foe. Then also minuses 5 to all stats within 2 spaces of unit during combat. And and she's also got her speed, basically, if her speed is a lot more faster than the foe speed, has the null follow-up. So I'm not complaining too much. I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. So, GDK, as a HEL fan, you're pretty satisfied with this, huh?
I'm pretty satisfied with it. I basically love what they did. I've already pretty much, I mean, I've got her maxed out, and I even gave her Aether along with Gambit 4.
Oh, perfect. I was just about to bring up Gambit 4. So basically, now that HEL has got this Refine, I've seen people wanting to use Gambit 4 on her. Yes, absolutely, use Gambit 4. Now, yeah, she has -1 special cooldown, but here's the thing. If you run Aether on her with Gambit 4, oh, that combos really well. Because Aether is a higher cooldown special, and Gambit 4 usually combos good with higher cooldown special. So, yeah, run Aether on her so that she could always, like, heal herself when she, like, triggers Aether to keep herself healthy, basically.
Yep, pretty much.
Also, if you don't like the distant pressure with the chip damage, if you have like an extra fallen female Violet, put distant attack speed solo on her. That way she'll get the speed and the attack bonus when she's alone, and she gets distant counter. So yeah, that's your other option right here. So yeah, basically HEL is definitely HEL's land to you. She will sneak up on you and kill you, basically. Drain all your life. Because she's HEL.
No, I wouldn't say drain your life, but more to the point, she's basically back with vengeance.
Yep, she's back with vengeance. So, that's HEL. I'm happy. All right, next up we have got is the other mythic unit that got a mythic buff, and that's Mirabilis. Now, Mirabilis is a very, very, very bulky dancer with very min-max stat line, which is pretty nuts, I will say. So, Flower of Ease. Grants rest +3 if penalty is active on any foes within 3 columns centered on Mirabilis. Inflicts attack defense res -4 on those foes during combat. At start of combat, if foe's HP is greater than 75% or penalty is active on foe, inflicts attack and defense -5 on the foe during combat. If at start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, inflict another attack and defense -5 on the foe, and unit makes a guaranteed follow attack. Yeah, let's go. And also, after combat, if unit attack, inflict flash status on foes within 3 columns centered on unit. Oh my gosh. They turned Mirabilis into a defensive combat unit also while she can dance. Wow.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting that they would do something like that, because I mean, every now and then you might see like some people doing some like arcane shenanigans with some of the dancers, but to see Mirabilis get this, it just makes me wonder, like, you know, she's being supportive, but she's also like trying to take initiative into battle as well.
Exactly. This is kind of nuts, I will say. So I think the way that you can use Mirabilis now is that you can basically have, with this refine, have some unit that you want Mirabilis to dance, and have Mirabilis dance them, but put her in the range of, I guess, a physical melee foe, and then have that other dance unit move out of the way, and then just let Mirabilis tank the hit of that enemy, that melee enemy, and she'll most likely be able to, with this like in combat debuff that she's doing, she'll probably most likely, you know, take him out.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, if you're going to be doing something like that, then you'll need to change out her B skill for a trace or one of the Firestorm skills.
Oh yeah, exactly. So, also, in case anyone forgot what her Whimsical Dream Plus does, so here it is. It's attack +6 and neutralize foe bonuses during combat status to target ally and allies within 2 spaces of target ally, and then inflicts attack -6 on nearest foes within 5 spaces of target and any foe within 2 spaces of those foes. So it's pretty awesome. She gets the dull blue buff bonus status on your dance unit, which is pretty good. So that means that the foe's bonuses will be useless when they face you. So yeah, that's a really good support. So yeah, pretty happy with Mirabilis, how she turned out. And then finally we have got our Grail Refine, which is finally the first Tokyo Mirage Session unit, Itsuki. So Itsuki has been falling off quite a bit ever since. Well, he was pretty good when he first came out, but then of course the speed creep just got even like brutal for him. So let's see what Mirage Falchion does. So effective against Dragon, grants defense +3. If unit initiates combat, grants all stats +X. X equals 4 plus number of allies who are already active ×3, maximum of 10. And then if foe initiates combat, grants all stats +X to unit during combat. X equals 10 minus number of foe who are already active, minimum 4. Heal 7 HP to unit after combat. And then if a unit initiates combat as well as in 2 spaces of ally, grants all stats +4. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up. Okay, that's good. And then reduce damage from foes first by 30%. Okay, so basically, Itsuki has got Blade Session and Shield Session built into his weapon now. Because previously, he only did attack and defense with the Blade Session effect, but now he does all stats instead of just attack and defense. So he does all stats of Blade Session, and then he has a Shield Session pretty much, and he heals, he doubles, he first attack DR by 30%, and then all stats plus. So basically, he's a stat ball pretty much, on either phase. So that's basically Itsuki. So the way you build Itsuki now, since he's not the fastest, I would just say focus on his mix bulk and then run Gambit 4 on him with a higher cooldown special like Ignis or something, or Aether. And yeah, that's how I would build Itsuki.
Or if you can't do that, I'd say just give female Violet's entire kit to him.
Yeah. Give female Violet's entire kit to him too, yeah. So, pretty solid refine for Itsuki. I'm sure people who've been starved for Tokyo Mirage Session or Refine finally got something to play with. Even though it's not like groundbreaking or anything, it's still serviceable.
Yeah, it's serviceable, but I'm still waiting for another banner from them.
Yeah, everyone is. Yeah. Okay, so that's all the refines this time around. I've heard some people say this is a really underwhelming badge, or no, they shouldn't have done it, or all kinds of just meltdowns everywhere. I don't want to listen to these people, because these are the same people who, like I said, complain that why is Legendary Micaiah not a broken unit, or it's kind of some kind of nonsense like that. So just let these people, ramble on, but while we enjoy what we got.
Yep.
Okay, so, but I will say, like, the winner of this refine badge is definitely Brave Marianne. She's fantastic. And then I will say Gatekeeper is number 2. And then I'll put HEL and Mirabilis number 3. And then I would say Eirika's kind of like the same level as HEL and Mirabilis. And then Marth and Itsuki are like number 5. So that's my personal ranking of this.
Yeah.
All right. Next up we've got is the stats for the Wind Tribe units. So Claude has got 42, 44, 47, 24, 26. Oh, real quick, we do actually have the super boons and banes of all of them. Let me pull up on my phone real quick.
I've got them up in the updates refine.
Yep, I see it. Okay, so Claude has got attack and speed super boon, which is, it's Claude, so of course. And then Duo Kagero is 43, 47, 45, 20, 23. And then they've got a super boon in speed and res for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why res. And then Dogger has got 41, 45, 45. Wow, okay. Well, I mean, Kagero, hits harder too. 46, 30, 22. Not too different from her mythic version, to be honest. She also has a speed and res boon. And then Katria, the demo, is 39, 45, 45. Wow, 45, 45. Yeah, remember Bright Cordelia 35, 35 back in the day? Yep, we have the 2023 edition on a horse.
Yeah.
25 and 30. And then she's got just a super boon on speed. And then Fuga here, the Grail unit, has got 42, 46, 30, 45, 30. So he's got a super boon in defense. He's got a lot of defense, I gotta say.
Which is understanding.
So that's basically the stats. So 4 fast units and 1 meddling speed unit that's supposed to be a wall. All right, now let's take a look at the scale rarities of what everybody has. So Katria, just like I predicted, has speed, attack speed, catch 3 at 4-star, and then Far Trace at 5-star. So Fuga's a Wind Tribe Clubs. Now, I originally thought it was going to be the same effect as the bow, but actually it's a little bit different. So because the guy is not very fast, instead of no follow-up is if unit initiates combat, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. So this status, so guaranteed follow-up attack on player phase, so he could double, but he still has no panic to himself. And then at start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants attack and defense plus X to unit during combat, X equal number of bonus effect active on unit and penalty. Okay, so it's basically the attack and defense version of, what Katria got. So pretty decent. He's got Bonfire, Heavy Bleed 3. Wow, when was the last time we had Heavy Bleed 3 on anybody? It's been a long time.
That's been quite a while.
Yeah, and then Threat and Attack and Defense 2. So if you want to fodder somebody with attack and unit menace, there's your prerequisite. Okay, here comes the juice. So everybody's been wondering what attack speed prime inheritance restrictions are. So here are the restrictions. This cannot be used on tomes, dragon units, and staff units. Wait, what? Oh, so you're telling me that so all 4 classes can use this, but you cannot use this on basically magical units and dragon units, but it can be used on sword, lance, axe, beast, bows, and daggers, and any class type.
Yep,
wow.
Apparently so.
Wow, okay. That's kind of nuts, I will say. So, yeah, get ready to see this running around on all the melee weapon. Well, I mean, physical weapon that doesn't do magic, though. So, this is quite surprising, I will say. And then
it'll be surprising once it comes to Hall of Forms.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then we have Disarm Trap 4, which of course prerequisite Disarm Trap 3, and of course the only people that could use it is daggers. So that's not a surprise right there. All right, so that's the skill rarities and Fuga. Now we're gonna get onto our spoiler section. So if you don't want to know what happens in this next Tempest trial, please click off now, because we're about to introduce a big major unit that we're gonna face in Tempest trial. If you just want to go in blind, please click off this video. I'm gonna get a countdown of 3 and we'll begin. 3, 2, 1. All right, you've been warned. So the next Datamine is going to be a rearmed hero, and that is going to be rearmed Plumeria. Now, let me take a look at this art, because holy smokes, this art looks good. I love seeing Plumeria like happy for once, so she's not looking depressed. Wow, this special art, oh, she looks deadly right here. And then the injured art looks really good as well. So yeah, this is rearmed Plumeria that we're going to be getting, and we already know like what class type she is. She is an Arcane Blue Tome, which finally we got an Arcane Blue Tome. So yeah, everybody who's been wanting an Arcane Blue Tome for a long time now, well, here we go. We got it right now. And it looks like Plumeria is going to have this kind of same stat spread like her other versions are, though. Low speed, low defense, high res, high attack, basically. And this is what she's going to have in Tempest Trial. She's going to have Mirror Impact, Flyer Formation. Where's the tier 4 version of Flyer Formation? And then Attack Res Rain. So yeah, she's basically like her mythic version, except with different skills. Okay, so here's what Arcane Blue Tome we call Arcane Euphoria does. So it's -1 special trigger, so -1 sling effect, all stats +5, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack, deals damage equals 15% of unit's attack, including dealing with AoE, and reduce damage from foe sources by 30%. Okay, pretty solid, I will say. Definitely will make a lot of the blue tomes, the older blue tomes, like a little bit better, I will say.
Oh yeah, it'll make quite an impact.
Yeah. I will say the best units you can slap this on is like Valentine and Veronica. who's a Blue-Tone Cavalier. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna say, is this worth it on Rhine Daddy? I don't know about that. Maybe it's good on Rhine Daddy, because I know Rhine Daddy wants the Brave attack, but I mean, you could double with this tome. It just depends.
Yeah, I feel like that he's still decent with Dire Thunder. Now, I mean, it could benefit for Owen maybe, considering the fact that she's got higher stats and stuff from him. But also at the same time, it just very much depends on who you want. But also at the same time, I mean, we also got Mia, we got Bridal, Sita, and
Summer Corin.
Yes, Summer Corin as well. That could benefit from this, along with some of the.
Ileana. Ileana could do it.
Well, Ileana, I think, is supposed to be due for a refine here pretty soon, I think.
Oh, okay. So,
and then also my...
Oh, yeah. Your girl, Tatiana.
The old one. The old girl, but...
Yeah.
I mean, should I even be called that anymore?
Yeah.
You could also slap this on the dancers like Renea and dancer Shigure. Like, they could also make use of it.
Yeah, they could make use of it. And La Rochelle could also use it.
La Rochelle really needs it. Like, this will make pretty good use with La Rochelle. Now, I wonder if Odin is worth it, because the guy has really, really low attack stat. But let's wait till Phoenix Master 1's video come out and see if Odin's even worth using with this tome.
I wouldn't say so.
I know Male Robin could make use of it. And then let's see, Ophelia. I still think Ophelia with her missile tank is still good with all the like magical units to trigger specials and stuff. But if you want to swap it out for Ophelia, you could do that. Lindy, the regular Lind, she could use it. Dalthea, the regular Dalthea, and Tail to You, who all have resplendent versions, by the way. They all could make use of it. And then Ishtar's Millionaire, I still think is decent, so don't swap that out. Let's see, who else? Oh, Muriel. Yeah, Muriel and Bride Juno and Summer Loot. And even the regular female Morgan could make use of it. Oh, and the handsome Crusader Festival Lewin could also use it too.
Yeah, I could see him using it.
Yeah, so we'll have a list of like units that could make use of it. Although Tacho already uploaded his videos of who can make use of this blue tome. I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna watch it once we hop off of here. But yeah, that's basically rearmed Plumeria right here. I'm excited to get her when she comes this month in the new heroes. So yeah, look forward to rearm Plumeria and what other new heroes from whichever game they're gonna choose. So yeah, that's basically it for this data mine. And the Tempest Trial seals we're gonna get is Fortified Beast, I believe, and Still Water 1. That's right, we're getting still the still skills. So that's kind of nuts that we're getting that this soon.
It's kind of an interesting one, honestly. I mean, Still Water, I mean, it's decent, but the Fortified Beast is kind of mediocre at best, depending on. I mean, if you're using like a beast team, then yeah, it'd be beneficial. But I mean, it just very much depends on what teams you're building and stuff these days.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, that's the end of the data mine, and we got everything covered. So hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the COIL 5 refine with the 2 mythic remixes? Also, Itsuki, what do you think of the Windstripe units? And what do you think of rearmed Plumeria that we're about to be getting? And also, if you like what I do, like, share, and subscribe. You want to see me do more of those videos. And with that being said, I will see you on my next one. Thank you so much for watching, and it's your boy, the G Flash, signing out.
Goodbye.